Hello, and I'm just going to go ahead and jump right on into this video. I've already put on some moisturizer, and now I'm just going to prime my face using my e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer, and I'm just putting that all over. And then I was having a lot of like blemishes and redness and stuff. I just wanted a lot of extra coverage today. So before I even go in with foundation, I'm going in with this Glamouflage by Hard Candy is the brand concealer, and I'm just gonna kind of put a layer of concealer down first and just kind of help get some coverage to begin with and just kind of help cover everything. This is a really high coverage concealer. So then I'm going in with my Revlon Color Stay foundation, and I'm gonna kind of just continue buffing that into my skin. To do this, I'm going to be using my Morphe G6 foundation brush. It's just kind of a nice, full, dense brush just to kind of buff everything into my skin. And then the next thing I'm going to move on to is my eyebrows. So first I'm just kind of combing them through with a little spoolie, and then I'm using this Salon Perfect brow pomade. I'm really loving this right now. It's so good. It's really comparable to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. Just kind of a nice brow pomade. It's a great color. It holds my brows in place all day long, so I really love it. Really easy to blend. So anyways, I just kind of comb my eyebrows through and then go ahead and fill them in with the other end, the little teeny brush on the other end of that. That little brush actually comes with that brow pomade, so I really love that. So then I'm going to go ahead and move on to priming my eyelids, and I'm using my MAC Paint Pot in the color Soft Ochre. It's just kind of a nice, like, yellow skin tone base to go ahead and make it so your eyelids don't crease. And then I'm going in with the color Uninterrupted. This is a MAC eyeshadow, and this is just kind of like I have a hard time describing this color. I don't know, like a yellow brown, I don't know, not really yellow, like a really muted yellow brown type color, just really warm tone. And I'm gonna put that, I'm focusing most of it on the outer corner of my eye and then just buffing it into the crease. And then I'm going to take this palette, this kind of mini mouse palette that I got from Disneyland. I just think it's cute and has great colors. So anyways, I'm just grabbing kind of that medium brown tone and then a little bit of the darker brown in that also. And just, again, kind of focusing that on the outer corner and then buffing it in. And then I just grabbed a little bit more of that darker color, and I'm just really focusing that right on the outer corner. So it just kind of gets like gradually darker as it goes out towards the outer corners. And I grab a little bit stiffer and denser of a brush to kind of concentrate that color a little bit more. And then I'm grabbing this Victoria's Secret palette, and I'm just grabbing that gold color to put on my eyelids right there. And I'm using kind of a flat brush to kind of press that color on, and then just going through and kind of blending that in. I didn't want it like too pigmented, that's why I didn't get the brush wet or anything. And then I am just going to highlight my inner corners with that lightest kind of shimmery color in that little palette. And then for eyeliner, as always, I'm using my NYC Black Liquid Liner. I love this. I can get just a nice, like a really thin line across my lash line, and then I can just flick out my wing. So I really love everything about this liner. I've put it in my favorites videos, and so I know I've mentioned it tons of times on my channel. Next, I'm going to be tightlining my upper waterline, just putting some black eyeliner right in there, and it just really helps me make my lashes look thicker and blacker, so I like to do that. And then I'm going in with concealer. This is the LA Girl Pro Concealer, I think is what it's called. This is a really affordable one, but I have a hard time finding it in Michigan. I think it's more like a California-based company. So anyway, sometimes I get it online, but sometimes I guess it is in your drugstore. I think it's in, I don't know if it's Walgreens or Rite Aid or one of them, CVS maybe, but sometimes you can find it. So make sure and check your local drugstore, because this is a fantastic concealer. Anyway, so I'm just basically concealing my heart out right now, and I put it all over under my eyes and kind of underneath where my contour would go, all the normal places. And now I am just baking my face. I've talked a little bit about this method in my last video. So anyways, just kind of putting some excess powder right under my eyes. Well, just kind of all the same places that I just went through and did the highlighting concealer. So anyways, I'm doing that, and I'm just putting that on with a dry sponge, just kind of putting that excess amounts like I've talked about. And then I go in with this big fluffy brush just to kind of buff all of that out and to kind of continue setting the rest of my face. And then this is when I get rid of all the excess powder. Some people bake their face or whatever for 10 minutes, but I think that's too long, so I just pretty much go directly in after and sweep off the excess. And then I'm just putting on some mascara, basically one of a billion coats. And now I'm going to go ahead and bronze my face, and I'm using my Wet n Wild bronzer. This is the color Toast to You. And then I'm using this e.l.f. It's like a thick fan brush. I really like it. It's kind of a different shape, so I've been enjoying that. I don't know if this is in stores yet. I got this e.l.f. brush online. And then to really kind of carve things out, I'm grabbing this contour kit. I actually got this at TJ Maxx, just really cheap, and I really love it. It's basically what I've been using every day to contour. And then I'm also using my NARS Ita brush, and then that dark contour color. And I'm just kind of carving out my cheekbones, and then also putting a little bit up on my forehead, just kind of all the typical places. I know I've showed this in a lot of my videos, a little bit on my nose, and just fiercely trying to contour that double chin away. And then I'm grabbing some blush. I'm just using this e.l.f. blush palette. And I just grabbed kind of the warmest color from that palette, just kind of like an orangey peachy color. And then I'm going to focus back on my eyes for a minute and just do my lower lash line. I'm putting a little bit of a nude color in there. And then I'm going back into that Victoria's Secret palette, and I'm kind of just mixing that darkest brown and that gold color. And I'm just going to kind of buff this out and blend it all over my lower lash line. And I am putting this from outer corner to inner corner, so I am kind of doing the whole thing. Sometimes I just put it kind of towards the outer corner, but this time I actually brought it kind of all the way in. So then I'm using my Rimmel Lash Accelerator mascara for my lower lash line. And then I throw a little bit more on top. Again, that's probably, I don't know, we're probably on coat like 100,000 by now, so. Okay, so then to contour my nose a little bit, I'm going to be using this icing bronzer. I really love these bronzers that you can get at icing, because they're just like really matte. They're just like really natural toned bronzers, so I really like them, and I'm especially loving it for contouring my nose. I think it gives a really natural look. And then this is actually an eyebrow brush that I'm using. It's kind of like thicker than a normal one though. Anyways, so that's kind of, I just try to make my nose look a little bit straighter, so I kind of go down with that contour color. I kind of go down the sides, and then I'm also highlighting, so that's what I'm doing right now. I forgot to show the highlighter, but I'm sure I'm probably using my BH Cosmetics palette, my Wild and Radiant. So I'm putting a little bit down the center, on the tip of my nose, on my cheekbones, my cupid's bow, my lips, kind of all the places I regularly highlight. So then for my lips, I grabbed that LA Colors lip liner. I think this actually came from like the dollar store. I really like it though. It's just kind of like a deeper neutral color. And I'm just going around the outsides to really kind of define the edges of my lips, and then I just blend it all in with my finger. And then I top it off with a little bit of Milani Matte Naked Lipstick and a little bit of setting spray. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye!